What's there not to love about the Fast and Furious franchise?
Drop it, hell. I want to hear about this, homie.
I said forget about it, cuz.
It's some of the greatest cinema ever created. Even Christopher Nolan, one of the best directors of this generation, is said to be a fan of this beloved franchise. A man of taste, I see. As a channel that prides itself on loving every single Fast and Furious movie in the series, I thought it would be a great idea to rank the 5 most unbelievably unrealistic, physics-defying scenes in the beautiful world of Fast and Furious. There are a plethora of absolutely insane and nonsensical scenes in this franchise, so narrowing it down to just 5 was an extremely hard choice. But we found a way. Here are the 5 most unrealistic scenes in the Fast and Furious franchise. Coming in at 5 is a scene from Fast 6 with none other than Dominic Toretto himself. Of course, I'm talking about when Dom launches himself off the hood of his car and catches Letty mid-air, who is being thrown off a tank that is driving down the middle of a highway, casually, and then landing on a windshield of a car perfectly unscathed. Who knew that car windshields can also double as safety nets when saving the girl you love from getting launched off a tank? It truly is incredible that Dominic Toretto's white t-shirt is still in pristine condition after doing the most to save his girl, who doesn't even remember who he is. Letty is flying through the air at a minimum of 50 miles an hour when she is being catapulted from the front of that tank, and Dom somehow calculates exactly where to aim his car to launch off of to catch her at precisely the right time. I'm not a physics wizard, but someone who is. Please let me know the probability of Dom catching Letty mid-air like that in the comments. Plot armor? I don't think so. That's just the power of the white t-shirt and family. At 4, we have the best scene from Hobbs and Shaw. Of course, I'm talking about when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson literally holds down a helicopter from escaping with his left arm. I mean, this is absolutely insane. The chain that is keeping the helicopter and the car Jason Statham is driving connected starts unraveling. So naturally, The Rock grabs the chain with one hand and the car with the other hand and prevents the helicopter from escaping, and then pulls the chain in and reconnects it to the car. Unbelievable grip strength from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The sheer strength The Rock must possess to stop a helicopter from flying away is insane. I mean, 3 vehicles attached to each other could not stop the helicopter from escaping. However, The Rock's left arm had no issues at all. Rumor has it there was actually no CGI used in this scene. That's just how strong The Rock really is. I'm 80% sure that when the director was thinking of crazy scenes to implement, Dwayne was like, just record one of my workout routines. And this was one of them. Just goes to show you that if you train hard enough and take enough PEDs, even you can hold down a helicopter with your bare hands. It's just peak Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson right there. At 3 is another Dominic Toretto moment from Fast 9, and it happens right off the rip at the beginning of the film. It's when Dom and Letty are being chased by the big bad guys, and they are running out of room to go anywhere. So naturally, Dominic Toretto hooks his right front wheel to a rope and swings across a massive gorge that is at least 80 feet wide, and then lands on the other side, doing 8 barrel rolls, resulting in the car landing perfectly upright. Oh, I should also mention that Dominic Toretto's white t-shirt is still in pristine, perfect condition.
Oh, it's beautiful.
What an unbelievable way to end the opening act of a film. This is impossible for many reasons, obviously, but what baffles me is how neither Dom nor Letty are injured at all. I mean, they're so fine that they proceed to make a fun little quip at the end of the scene. Like this is just what they do on their average Tuesday afternoon. Which, I mean, to be fair, is probably exactly what they do on their average Tuesday afternoon. It's Dominic Toretto, of course. The power of Dominic Toretto in a white t-shirt can never be underestimated. Tony Stark is to the Iron Man suit as Dominic Toretto is to the plain white tee. Coming in at 2 is another scene from Fast 9. Surprisingly though, it does not involve Dominic Toretto at all, but instead our goats, Tyrese and Ludacris. It's obviously when they go to space.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes!
They seek the main character from Tokyo Drift out for help, and then they proceed to strap rockets to a modified Pontiac, launch it into space, run into a satellite, and then get saved by another rocket ship. I find it incredible that this entire scene started as a meme before the movie came out, with everyone jokingly saying the next logical choice is for the Fast and Furious franchise to go to space. And then they actually went to space. Apparently, NASA actually helped with making this scene logical. So if you have a Pontiac Fiero an old scuba suit, and a large military aircraft to attach it to. Just follow everything they do, and you too can also go to space. My favorite part of this scene is when Ludacris is explaining the math and science to Roman and says, as long as we obey the laws of physics, everything will be alright. Ludacris went from mechanic / bookie to international hacker to master of martial arts to astronaut in 7 films. Talk about the greatest character arc in the history of cinema. Naturally, in the next movie, the film has to build a time machine and go back in time to the prehistoric era and race a T-Rex in order to save Dom's son. It's the only logical progression in the series. Now, before we get into the most unrealistic scene in the Fast and Furious franchise, here are some honorable mentions that just barely missed the cut. Ludacris and Tyrese driving a car up a bridge that is collapsing behind them at a 90-degree angle. The iconic 40-mile-long runway chase scene in Fast and Furious 6. Dominic Toretto walking through an armored RV that is doing multiple barrel rolls while tumbling down a mountain. And finally, Dominic Toretto and Brian driving through 3 buildings in Abu Dhabi about 100 stories above the ground. These scenes are incredible and incredibly unrealistic and deserve their flowers and recognition as well. Now that the honorable mentions are out of the way, here is the most unrealistic scene in the Fast and Furious franchise. It's in Fast 8. When they're in the Antarctic. What else but Dominic Toretto blowing up a nuclear submarine by using its own heat-seeking missiles against it.
He was special.
This scene had it all. Dominic Toretto outrunning a heat-seeking missile in his modified muscle car, an exploding nuclear submarine, and then the family protecting Dom from the blast. Dom jumps out of his car midair as the car is doing a barrel roll from the explosion of the nuclear submarine. And as he is about to be incinerated by the explosion, the family surrounds him, using their cars as a barricade, effectively blocking the entire explosion. We have seen the power of family accomplish a lot of things, and now we can finally add stop nuclear explosion to the list. If this scene is not peak Fast and Furious, I genuinely do not know what is. There you have it, guys. The 5 most unrealistic scenes in the Fast and Furious franchise. There are so many incredible scenes in these films, so let me know which one is your favorite in the comments below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to join our family, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.
Daddy's gotta go to work.